I'm Johnny Ray. This is 5 Hour Recovery, Phase 3, Rejoice. Ah, man. To be able to sit here and smile during this entire video is truly a good enough reason to rejoice over. Just being alive is an absolute wonderful thing to celebrate and to be glad and happy over. When I was in active addiction, I was not a very friendly person. I was a very miserable, negative, pessimistic, self-centered, woes me individual. In fact, I was such all those things that I found company with other people similar to those qualities, to where we were just like this group of just really negative individuals who just were so focused on the woes me and the negatives that happen and oh my gosh, nobody could experience what I go through. I have the worst luck in the world. Why is the world against me? I think I've said that like a million times when I was in active addiction. That's why rejoicing is important, right? We're getting a chance to show joy and happiness and be glad over our life now and over the things that we didn't recognize when we were in active addiction. In phase 1, we remember. And I don't mean just remember, I mean remember. We remember all of our past. We try to remember as far back as possible, to the earliest memory that you can possibly think about. And we start. And we go through these details, things in our lives. We remember our story, we share our testimony. It's not going to be easy. We all have skeletons in our closet. We all don't like to dig up old secrets, and we all don't like to dig up our past, but that's part of it. This is part of 5 Hour Recovery. We remember our story. Now, after we find those things that maybe led us in the path of addiction, or just found those things that led us in the path that we didn't want to leave, it could be trauma or depression or anxiety. It could be neglect. It could be abuse. It could be a car accident that traumatized you for your entire life. It could be anything. Once we find out what those things are by remembering where we came from, we recover from those. When I first got clean, I saw a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists and counselors. I was worried that I had done so much damage to my brain that I wasn't going to be able to function in normal society now. It scared me. I thought I was having problems remembering things, and I thought I was having problems thinking about things. I thought it made me unintelligent by my massive amount of drug use, and it scared me. So what I went out there and I tried to find as many means as possible to try to recover from all of those things. I saw somebody, I shared my story, and I explained what was going on in my heart and in my brain, and I got real. I also joined a fellowship. I also joined a 12-step club that helped me be around other addicts. It helped me with other people because it was nice to be able to see what they were going through, and they could recognize what I was going through, and we were on the same page. So we remember where we came from. We recover from the bad. Now we rejoice over the good. Phase 3. I'll be honest with you. Now that I look back on my active addiction, it wasn't so bad. There are so many people out there right now that are going through so much more difficult stuff than I ever went through. And it could be you. You could be watching this video and it could be you. Your story matters. The details are important. But if you think that you're the only one in the world that has gone through something, there are so many people in the world, and I highly doubt that. But it's important that you rejoice and know that there's things in your life that are actually going pretty good. And if anything, if you can't sit there and think of anything to rejoice over, how about rejoicing over the greatest gift that you still possess, which is life? You're not dead. You still have the greatest thing ever given to a person. You are alive. You have an opportunity to live a fulfilling and happy life. No more misery. That's where rejoicing is. Be happy to wake up in the morning. That's where rejoicing is waking up every single day and just having a smile on your face, going with the flow, not having to be a control freak, not having to know what tomorrow brings. This taking uncertainty by the cojones, you know what I mean? Like giving it a chance to be like, you know what? I'm not so much worried about what's going on because I'm alive. I'm breathing. I could be in a hospital. I could be starving. There are people in the world that go through so much difficulty. If you can take a chance to rejoice over the fact that you don't have it so much as bad as somebody else, you'd be surprised at how happy you can be. Plus, it's awesome to rejoice over the fact of all the stuff you have now. When you get clean, doors open up, opportunities become available to you that never would. The world tends to roll in the direction that you want. You'd be surprised at how suddenly and how soon this happens.
I've seen many people come from the gutters, come from the most difficult things in their life, and once they start showing happiness, happiness just surrounds them. Things just seem to work out because misery loves company, but you know what? Happiness loves company too. When you put yourself around positivity and other people and other things that make the world be a better place than a negative place, you're going to be surprised at how happy your life can be. When I got clean, I was excited to be able to use toilet paper on a regular basis. I was excited to have a roof over my head. I was excited about how good food tasted, how awesome flowers smelled. Rejoicing over the most simplistic of things makes you a positive person, and it makes you a good role model. It gives you an opportunity to be able to enjoy life. That's what phase 3 is. Rejoicing over the good in your active addiction and rejoicing over the positive in which you're about to go and walk through. So, phase 3, rejoicing, being happy, being positive, live a life full of smiles, and look at the things that could happen in your life that could have been much worse, right? So we've remembered, we've recovered, and now we're rejoicing. Next video will be phase 4. That's reborn. Phase 4, being reborn, will be about starting over. That'll be my next video, and that's all part of 5-hour recovery. Thank you for listening. If you have any comments, comment below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel or subscribe to whatever else there is. I still don't really know how this works. If you have a testimony that you want to share with me, if you feel like you want to share your story, I would love to hear it. It's about you. It's not about me. So if you would love to share your testimony with me, email me at 4addictsfromaddicts.com. We'll meet up. We'll figure out a way to share your testimony, and maybe we'll walk through 5-hour recovery together. So I'm Johnny Ray. Thank you for listening. This is 5-hour recovery. Thanks.